Gravastar Mars Damaged Edition is both a work of art and great portable or desktop speaker, taking the form of a scuttling drone from the far-flung, war-torn future apocalypse, probably next year at this rate. The spherical-shaped Gravastar Mars with 3 extendable legs features attractive lighting focused on the speaker/eyeball in the center here, like something straight out of the Aperture lab, then with a larger unlit base cone around the back. And this edition is hand-painted with a damaged yellow shell and blue lighting, but also available as damaged red with yellow lighting and a clean version in grey with green lights or dark blue with blue lights, all of which look incredible. The non-damaged versions are also $100 cheaper at $200, though clearly that's still a fair chunk of change, of course. The only thing it doesn't do is actually move around. You can't remote control these, they're not actual robots. The legs are purely there for stability. Weighing in at a rather hefty 3 pounds or 1.6 kilograms and measuring 7.5 inches tall, the Mars is actually quite a beast. The USB-C charging port and stereo auxiliary input can be found on the underside. I really want to apologise to the little guy for exposing his tummy like this. Sorry mate, I know that's a sensitive area. You'll find those here. On top, you'll find a touch-sensitive volume slider with blue LEDs to indicate the current volume level, plus 3 buttons around the rear for play, pause, LED control and Bluetooth. Nothing unexpected there. Turning him on or off results in a neat little startup or shutdown sound.
Bluetooth connected.
The touch-controlled volume slider is a nice touch, but can actually be quite annoying if you go to pick up the device or someone just brushes their hand over it. You can go directly from 0 to 100 in no time at all and let off a little auditory bomb as your ears are blown off. It gets very loud. So while the LEDs to indicate volume are nice, you do need to be a little bit careful there. There's no other additional fancy features like voice assistant or call handling. It's just a speaker and that's fine. You could disable the LED lighting if you wanted, but I can't really see a reason to do that. Most of the time you'll be connected through Bluetooth 5.0. Now I tried that both on my phone and from my Mac watching YouTube. I couldn't notice any discernible latency lag between the video and the audio as you can sometimes get when you're watching videos, though you can of course use the external 3.5mm input jack if you wanted. And if your pockets are deep enough to afford 2 of these, you're a lot richer than I am, but you can pair them up for stereo sound. Otherwise, it's just the one speaker, and that's not stereo, of course. In terms of battery life, there's a 10,000 milliamp hour battery inside that takes about 4 hours to fully charge. Now, I ran it with all the lighting on, half volume, because again, frankly, full volume was unbearably loud, even with it at the other end of the house. Streaming over Bluetooth from Spotify onto my phone for about 4 hours a day. It lasted a good 5-6 days, so the stated 20 hours seems accurate. I don't think battery life is a huge deal in a product like this because it's not designed to be taken out and about and be your one beach party speaker. So you're always likely to be near a charger. This is probably going to be more of an objet d'art for your YouTube studio or game room. Still, the battery life is impressive, but certainly not best in class for a portable Bluetooth speaker or anything. You can also buy him a lit up charging dock for $60, but I don't have one of those to show you. In terms of audio quality, I expect a good result from something that costs nearly $200–300 depending on which version you get, though they only differ in aesthetics, and I'm happy to report I was pleasantly surprised. I ran through a selection of audio tests from audiocheck.net. For bass response, 40 Hz was the lowest I could make out. Any tones below that, I couldn't hear the frequencies, but they did produce a little bit of distortion noise there. Not in a hugely detrimental way, but definitely a bit of fuzziness on the real low end. 48 decibels below full scale level was the best dynamic range I could hear from it too. More importantly though, I played back a range of music that I'm very familiar with and it all sounded pretty good. Again, I couldn't try full volume, it was far too loud. Wow, I sound old. You would probably get a little distortion on full volume, but this isn't a party speaker. Don't try and run a DJ set with it, obviously. Set your expectations appropriately. It's obviously not going to shake the floor from a bass cone, you know, yay big. Physics and all that, unfortunately, but generally it has good clarity throughout with little distortion, and for the size it is impressive. I've heard a lot worse from speakers bigger than this. Just for my tastes, it was a little bit mid and top heavy. I'm just the sort of person who can't stand earbuds. I have a bass shaker attached to the sofa. I used to sleep on Substacks when I was working club nights just because I found it quite soothing. My point is, I like fat bass and I cannot lie. So should you buy the Gravastar Mars? In a world full of the same old boring looking black plastic gadgets, it's so nice to find something that's genuinely unique. And if you can afford to splash out on something that's both gorgeous and functional, then the Gravastar Mars is solidly constructed, beautifully painted, and will be the perfect little buddy to rock out with you as we usher in the complete collapse of modern society. Sorry, got a bit dark there. Yes, it's pricey, but unique, well-made and attractive things tend to be pricey. If you want some generic tat, then I'm sure Amazon has you sorted, with 6,000 identical listings for portable Bluetooth speakers to choose from. Thanks for watching. Do be sure to hit like if you enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing for more daily tech news, gadget giveaways, reviews, and more from all of us over at makeuseof.com or MUO. Until next time.